guys, Headless Horseman here with another in-depth with pinball video. This is part 2 of the Gottlieb Freddy Nightmare on Elm Street video series. In this video we are going to discuss the manual. We're going to claw our way into this manual page by page and learn a little bit together about the different modes and the scoring, how bonuses are collected, jackpots, etc. We're going to actually look through this manual and learn that all together. The second half of this video I will link down below in the comments a timestamp for when the second half of the video starts. It's basically going to entail me demonstrating the modes on the game. So if you want to skip the boring bookwork, check down below in the comments and look for the timestamp to skip to. So guys, without further ado, let's open the manual, shall we? Alright guys, check it out. Here's the cover page of the manual. Not nearly as thick as the Baywatch manual. Gottlieb manuals are a little on the slimmer side. They do omit some information, which would be nice to have, but as you can see, we still have the schematics and the back half of the manual. It's actually what probably most of this manual is comprised of. There's the back page of the manual. There is 78 pages to this manual, just in case you guys wanted to know. So the first page, we got the table of contents inside the cover here. We've got System 3 overview. I'm not going to go over that. It basically tells you the changes that they made with the System 3. Tells you how they used high-speed CMOS and got rid of a battery that doesn't leak, which lasts 5 years, believe it or not. This battery, I'm sure, is original, and it's definitely lasted a lot longer than 5 years. Yeah, you got your typical installation page. And then the installation continued with the coin meter here. Now we get into the game modes. Let me adjust the camera here for a second. Bear with me, guys. Alright guys, let's get at it. Gameplay and scoring. Freddy Nightmare on Elm Street. Game mode. The player begins play in the normal awake state, which is the normal play mode. When the player falls asleep, they enter a nightmare play mode. These nightmare play modes are described below. The player may enter a nightmare, fall asleep, from the plunger skill shot, 1, 2 mystery feature, from shooting the boiler room when lit, or from the sleep awake meter timing out. So there's basically several different ways that you can fall asleep in this game. All the multi-ball modes are accessed when you're asleep. Pretty much all the cool stuff is when you're asleep. When you're awake, you're collecting things, Krugerrands, which we'll talk about later. You're collecting these Krugerrands, which is basically a currency in the video game that you can trade for things to help you along your way. Nightmares. During any nightmare, the player attempts to defeat Freddy Krueger by shooting any of the flashing Freddy shots. Each shot increments the power meter billboard. Completing this meter qualifies the boiler shot. Making the qualified boiler shot defeats Freddy. Awards 10 million points times the nightmare number and returns the player to the awake state unless multi-ball balls are still in play. If multi-ball play is still active, then the jackpot shots are qualified. So basically what that means is your jackpot shots are obviously active. If you're still in multi-ball mode after defeating Freddy, you can make any of the jackpot shots to score some big points. When the player is awake, he can earn items which can help him out during any nightmare except nightmare number 7. These items are multi-ball, extra power, and set alarm. If multi-ball is earned, then the nightmare begins with automatic multi-ball play. If more power is earned, then during the next nightmare, each Freddy shot increments the power meter 3 places instead of the usual 2. If set alarm is earned, then 5 seconds before the end of the nightmare, the boiler shot is qualified to grab Freddy. If the player grabs Freddy, then the nightmare continues into the awake state. During any nightmare except nightmare number 7 with multi-ball, the lower left target may flash to launch an additional ball into play. So it's kind of a cool feature with that left target flashing. It lets you add a ball, basically. And I did forget to mention this game is a 4-ball game. So you can have up to 4-ball, multi-ball. Nightmare number 1 begins with multi-ball. So right off the bat, you get that skill shot, you start multi-ball and nightmare number 1. So it's pretty cool. Begins with 1 save soul target lit. The following items are given to the player only the first time through this nightmare. Begin with more power, begin with alarm set, begin with some of the power meter completed. These are all based on the difficulty of the game. Obviously, easier difficulty gives you more of the power meter completed, harder difficulty would give you less, etc. Nightmare number 2 begins with save soul target lit. The following items are given to the player only the first time through this nightmare. Begin with alarm set, begin with some of the power meter completed. Completing the drop target scores the current big points value. Nightmare number 3 begins with multi-ball. Begins with all save soul targets lit. The following items are given to the player the first time through. Begin with some of the power meter completed. So you can see they're giving you a little less and less each as you work your way through the nightmares. Nightmare number 4. Flash the TV, bullseye target. Begin with Freddy's jackpot active. Begin with 1 save soul target lit. The following items are given to the player only the first time through this nightmare. Begin with more power. Begin with some of the power meter completed. Nightmare number 5 begins with multi-ball. Flashes both pop bumpers. Begins with 1 save soul target lit. Completing the drop target scores the current big points value. The following items are given to the player only the first time through this nightmare. Begin with 1 step in the power meter completed. So there you can see they're only giving you one bar of the power meter completed. Nightmare number 6. Begin with Freddy's jackpot active. Flash the TV bullseye target. Begin with all save soul targets lit. The following items are given to the player only the first time through this nightmare. Begin with 1 step in the power meter completed. And the final nightmare. This round always begins with 4-ball multi-ball. If the player has not completed all of the shots when multi-ball ends, then they are given a grace period to complete the shots. The player must complete 5 strobing shots to qualify the boiler room. If the player successfully completes all 5 shots and then completes the boiler shot, they defeat Freddy and receive the following awards. Collect 1 million points for each soul. Collect 1 million points for each Krugerrand. Collect 100 million points for each Freddy defeated up to this point. So you can get some serious points if you defeated Freddy a bunch of times up to Final Nightmare. You can get some serious points just from that. Multiple jackpots. If the player is in multi-ball when any Freddy is defeated, then the 5 jackpot lamps flash. Each shot awards the jackpot value and turns off the corresponding lamp. This continues until the player reaches the last shot, which continues to remain active. So once you get a jackpot shot, the lamp goes off. You can't make it no more, except for the very last one, which will remain active as long as you're still in multi-ball mode. Once you get down to 1 ball, the jackpot turns off. Dream Warriors. This is a multi-ball mode where shooting the strobing shot awards super jackpot. Completing a strobing shot changes the strobing shot to another location. The last shot in the sequence is the upper left spot target, which remains active until multi-ball play is over. Hidden mode. This is a multi-ball mode where each boiler shot awards 10 million points. This feature lasts until the player leaves multi-ball. Only 1 hidden mode per player is allowed. Krugerrand multi-ball. This is a multi-ball where each boiler shot awards 5 Krugerrands. This feature lasts until the player leaves multi-ball. Souls saved. Various features award souls to the player. These souls are a bonus which may be collected at a later time. If the player exceeds high souls to date, a special may be awarded. See game adjustments. And then they are also able to enter their initials. So basically, if you beat the top number of souls saved, you can get either an extra ball, a replay, whatever the operator or owner of the game has set in the adjustments. You'll get that. Plus, you'll get your name in the high score, which is cool. Krugerrands. Various features award Krugerrands to the player. These Krugerrands are a bonus which may be traded for other items or collected at a later time. That's basically your currency, like I was saying in the game, or in the earlier video. Claw save. Completing claw allows player to activate the claw save device between the flippers. Once this device is activated using the special cabinet button located below the right flipper button, it will remain enabled for a time period. Now, if you watch my part 1 video of this series, the Freddy series, you would have noticed there's a second flipper button on the right side of the cabinet. That is for your claw save. Your claw save is these lines right here. A claw will actually shoot out like this. So if you know your ball's going straight down the middle and you have claw lit spelled right here, C-L-A-W, you can't really see it in the video, but it's right up here. It says claw. If you have each of those letters lit, you're able to activate the claw, which will pop out and actually knock the ball out and keep it from draining. Pretty cool feature. Take that feature, top left target. During the awake state, if the player game time is less than 3 minutes, this target lights kick save. If kick save is already lit, then claw save is lit. If claw save is already lit, then enable the hurry up extra ball is lit. If the player's already won the hurry up extra ball, however, then it scores 20 million instead. If the average game time is greater than 3 minutes, then the first award is 5 million, the second award is 10 million, and the third award equals hurry up extra ball. So there is I'll show that during gameplay where that target is. Glove flipper. This device is positioned near the lower left up kicker. If the player has this device qualified when the ball enters the up kicker, then the player is allowed to flip the ball off of the ramp using this device. If a player hits the captive ball target, he will receive a point award. Low game special. If the player begins the last ball with less than 20 million points, then the right outlane special will be lit for a time period. That's adjusted through the settings. 1-2 mystery. Gives player a random award. There are separate award tables for asleep and awake modes. So basically, you shoot the mystery hole, the 1-2 Freddy's coming for you hole, it'll give you random awards. Sleep awake meter. This is a vertical billboard positioned upper center of playfield. This meter is active while the player is awake. Time decrements this meter towards asleep. If the player completes a coffee shot, this meter is incremented towards the top. If this meter reaches the bottom, the player enters the next nightmare. If this meter reaches the top, then the player is considered fully awake. While fully awake, the captive ball target awards the Freddy's Bones feature, and the center left target activates hidden mode. So that is what the manual was talking about earlier with you can enter nightmare modes by timing out. Basically, if you would capture the ball and just hold it, or you wouldn't even have to do that, but just by not shooting the boiler shot to start the nightmare mode, just by avoiding that or by holding the ball, cradling it on a flipper for some time, you'll fall asleep. It's just a time thing. You can actually watch the billboard in the back work its way from awake to asleep. So it's kind of an easy way to enter a nightmare. I haven't done it much. I always try to start them with the skill shots. Alright, Freddy's Bones. Awards player all 3 next nightmare features. If a player has already earned all 3 next nightmare features, then awards 20 Krugerrands. TV set. Begins flashing when lit. Scores 10 million points times the hit number when flashing until timed out. Collect bonus when flashing during a nightmare. Bonus, pop bumper hits add 300,000 to the end of ball bonus. If bumpers are flashing, pop bumper hits add 1 million to this bonus. 3 jackpots. Completing any multi-ball jackpot turns on its corresponding lamp. Completing any Freddy jackpot turns on its corresponding lamp. Completing any combo jackpot turns on its corresponding lamp. Completing all 3 lamps qualifies the lower left up kicker for Dream Warriors. Combo feature. The left return lane rollover or mystery feature qualifies the captive ball for the combo feature. Hitting the captive ball spot target when lit opens the top left gate and flashes the center jackpot shot for a short time period. Completing this jackpot shot awards the combo jackpot. Toggle function. Various features, see adjustments, can be percentaged by activating and deactivating them. The toggle can turn some on and others off. Trade Krugerrands. This feature allows the player to purchase other items. The items offered depends on the number of Krugerrands that the player has earned. Any unused Krugerrands are collected as an end of game bonus. And now we get into the scoring aspect. Playfield features, out hole, end of ball bonuses, collect end of game bonuses after player's last ball. Left outside rollover scores 3,000 or activates kick save when lit. There is a kick save to this game on the left out lane. Right outside rollover scores 3,000 points, awards special when flashing. Left return rollover scores 30,000. Qualifies captive ball for combo feature when lit. So when that light is lit that says begin combo, if it goes down the left return lane, you make the shot into the captive ball and it qualifies that. Right return rollover scores 30,000 points. Activates the trade Krugerrands feature when lit and lights the glove flipper shot. Kicking rubbers score 30 points. Is that a typo? You guys see that? 30? We're going to have to test that out, guys. That seems kind of low there. I mean, I know the kicking rubbers are hit a lot, but 30 points, geez. Performs a toggle function. Bottom left spot target. Scores 30,000 points. Qualifies kick save when lit. Adds another multi-ball when flashing. Outer bullseye target scores 30,000 points. Inner bullseye target starts TV feature timeout when lit. Score TV point value while flashing. Collect bonus while flashing during nightmare number 4. Top lane opto near pop bumpers scores 5,000 points. Adds Krugerrands when lit. Qualifies Freddy's head up kicker for jackpot while flashing. Qualifies Freddy's head up kicker for increment power meter when flashing. Qualifies Freddy's head up kicker for indicated feature while strobing. We got 2 more pages here, guys. Bottom left up kicker scores 500,000. Awards the glove flipper feature when lit. Awards 1-2 feature when lit. Awards Dream Warriors when lit. Award indicated feature when strobing. Drop targets 1 through 3. Each target scores 100,000, adds bonus. Completing all 3 targets awards lit value and resets drop target bank. Pop bumpers score 50,000. Add bonus 300,000 when lit. Adds bonus 1 million when flashing. I honestly don't ever remember the pop bumpers flashing in this game. Something else to check out. Perform toggle function. Not sure what's toggling with them either. That's something else to check out. Freddy's head up kicker unlit scores 3 million points. Wow. If qualified by left opto, award that feature. Top left spot target scores 300,000. Awards take that feature when awake. Awards extra ball when flashing. Increments power meter when flashing. Awards jackpot when flashing. Awards indicated feature when strobing. Awards hidden mode when fully awake. So that target does a whole lot. Soul targets 1 to 4 in Freddy's neck. Scores 100,000. Adds letter to claw when corresponding lamp is lit. Scores 5 million points when lit. Save 1 soul when flashing. Top left up kicker. Scores 300 points. Increments power meter when flashing. Awards jackpot when flashing. Boiler door opto. Scores 30,000 points. Opens boiler door for a time period when lit. Adds 5 Krugerrands during Krugerrand multi-ball. Boiler trough. Opto. Falls asleep when lit. Grabs Freddy when lit. Increments power meter when flashing. Awards jackpot when flashing. Awards indicated feature when strobing. Center spot target left of boiler. Scores 3,000 points. Awards coffee when lit. And the last point of the scoring. Last page, I'm sorry. Top right spot target captive ball. Scores 300,000 points. Awards coffee when lit. Activates combo jackpot for time period when lit. Qualifies glove flipper feature when lit. Awards glove flipper value when flashing. Increments power meter when flashing. Awards jackpot when flashing. Awards indicated feature when strobing. Claw save right side cabinet button. Activate claw save unit when all letters of claw are lit or flashing. That we talked about. And that is it. Then we get into test mode. Tells you how to go through the different tests, switch edges test, display test. The System 3, one of the things it lacked was a very sophisticated test menu. It does the basics, I'll give you that. It does basic tests, but Bally Williams had it so much more advanced. With the credit dot, you could just look at the game and see if something was wrong, if there was an error. As far as I know, Gottlieb doesn't have anything like that. So it's definitely an improvement over the dip switches that were on the System 80B and prior games, but it doesn't give you a whole lot. It does let you do the basics, activate coils, test switch, test lights, see if what switches are active, activate some flashers. And that's about it for the basics. Can't set the time, can't set, you can set a custom message, you can't set the date and time though. Can't, I know there's a lot, there's a lot of stuff that's missing. Maybe one day I'll go over everything that's missing from it, but anyway, tells you how to go through tests. That's all basically about setting the credits that you get for coins. Test mode continued, theory of operation, and we get into the tech of the game basically. They had these new smart switches, which at the time they didn't supposedly ever need adjusted. They seem to work pretty well. I've only ever had to replace one on any of my games, so they seem to work pretty good and hold up pretty good. Tells you about something that was nice that the Gottlieb did is they gave you a theory of operation page, which basically tells you driver board is supplied by 5 volts DC that comes from power supply A2. 20 volts DC is supplied from the transformer panel. Driver board receives its data at A3P2 from the control board A1P2. So basically it walks you through and tells you how, breaks it down how the board works, how it gets its power, where it gets its power, what happens if sensed input voltage exceeds the reference voltage. The corresponding MOSFET is turned off immediately. Follow the clear pulse, supplied by U12. Basically, if you're big into electronics repair, this would be very valuable. For me, I can understand the basics of power, where power's coming from and such. When we start getting into the clock signal and clock circuit and the computer chip signals and everything like that, it's a little bit over my head. But this can be very helpful. Just for, you know, your drivers, nothing on the games working with your driver boards. First thing to do, look, see if you're getting 5 volts supplied from the power supply. Maybe it's something simple like that. And if you guys watch the arcade repair tips videos, they always start at power. That's their motto. So you want to make sure you have power. But these are very, very helpful. And it's, as far as I know, Gottlieb was the only ones that did this. Please comment below if I'm wrong. But Bally Williams didn't do it. They had their own separate manuals, service manuals that may do it. But it was nice of Gottlieb to include that in this manual. Neat feature. And of course you got your fuse values over here. Your wire colors. Gottlieb used certain color wires for certain things. Obviously they would label, you know, 688 is a blue. You follow, you know, 6 is blue, 8 is gray, and gray. So that's how you would determine if you're looking at the schematics and you see, find something that's not on the board. Like right there, 466. That tells you that it would be, of course it's on the fold out part, yellow, blue, blue wire. So that's basically how you determine wire colors by these numbers. Just use the chart that's down at the bottom. It's the bottom of every page that they use it, I'm pretty sure. Kind of think that was a Gottlieb thing. Although the colors are standard, I'm pretty sure, from all electronics repair is what I'm seeing. But you get tons and tons of schematics. They do break down some of the components, pop bumpers, flippers. One gripe I have about Gottlieb manuals is they don't break down stuff as well as they should. There's a couple things that I think should be broken down in here that aren't. But other than that, pretty good. This breaks down your ball shooter, your target assembly. That's pretty much it for the manual, guys. So get to the last couple pages here. You got the claw, the head, and you've got, tells you what solenoids flash each flasher. There's up kicker parts here, and you got your part numbers. These are all pretty much, for the most part, game specific. Molded target shroud, motor, ball deflector, wire form ramp, so on and so on. You got your part numbers there. And you got even troubleshooting on the back page. Starting with game does not power up. They should have added, make sure it's plugged in. Because you know that's happened before. But anyway, we are at 25 minutes for that manual. Let's get into the fun part of this video and actually demonstrate some of the stuff we learned from this manual and actually show in real time the modes, the scoring. I'm going to shoot the DMD. You guys will get a good shot of everything. So let's get to that, shall we? Alright guys, let's check out the gameplay. We're going to try to run through some of the modes. Hopefully you guys got a good view. You're perched precariously on top of the Baywatch and the Bad Girls, on a tripod, on a little bit of an angle, with the camcorder almost hitting my ceiling. So it's pretty sketchy, but I think that gives you guys a good view of the playfield. Hopefully you can see the back box alright. And we will go ahead and run through some of these modes. So this part of the video may get loud, just warning anybody that may be watching this with headphones on. Might want to turn it down a little bit. If you've never heard a pinball machine with the glass off, it's quite noisy. There's a lot going on. Coils are firing, solenoids are firing, the ball is flying all over the place. It can get loud. Alright, your skill shot is the boiler. Making this skill shot starts your first nightmare, which is flashing. multi-ball mode, the 2-ballers. The ball comes out his mouth, another ball is auto-plunged onto the playfield. You're now in 2-ball mode. You want to add another ball? Simple, hit this target right here that's flashing, multi-ball. Another ball is plunged automatically onto the field. You can do it up to 4 times. It's 4 balls to repeat. We'll let some of them go. Knock down all the drop targets. Now it's telling you to shoot the Freddy shots. You can see possibly over here this blue Freddy's lit, the red Freddy's lit. He's flashing here, he's flashing. So you make the shots. Notice the power meter here on the back. Each shot you make makes the power meter go up. Now that it's blinking and this is flashing, you got to shoot the boiler to defeat Freddy. Easier said than done. So we defeated Freddy. Now the jackpots are active. One here, the boiler, the captive ball here, and around the head. We'll run through all the jackpots here. So we got 2 more. We got the captive ball here, and the boiler. Now this one's active again. And it will stay active indefinitely. As long as you've got more than 1 ball going and you're still in multi-ball mode, you can get this as much as you want. Just check out the animation there, that's pretty cool. Damn kicky target, scared the hell out of me. Shoot again for 50 million. So there you go. You can save souls by hitting the soul targets. Alright, we'll get out of multi-ball mode. Let that drain. Let me show you while I'm looking at it. Begin combos lit right down here at your left return wing. So you hit that. And I lost the ball. We'll have to try that again. So now, that nightmare's over because we're down to 1 ball. We're in regular play. He's yelling at us. You can see the meter right here is halfway between awake and asleep. And it will slowly work its way down to asleep. It's looking for the ball right now. Now we're falling asleep. Nightmare number 2 is now started. Even though the light's not lit, the bulb's burn out. Now this, all you gotta do, hit the drop targets for big points. 10 million points for completing a bank. 20 million. I'm assuming now it's 30 million. It didn't show it, but 40 million. It just keeps going up each time. 50 million. You can also get extra ball here. This left target. Now we're done the nightmare. We're in the awake state again. Notice how nothing's lit right here. I don't know if you guys can see that in the claw. Each hit here lights a light right here for claw. We got A. Now we got claw spell. That activates this flipper down here. Hopefully you guys can see it. Oh, we want to do another nightmare automatically. See, this is the timing out part. It just automatically starts. For this, you want to hit the soul targets. Save souls. Got the Freddy shots lit. Now flashing to defeat Freddy. Freddy's defeated. We're back to having the jackpots active. Now we're down to one remaining, which once again we can hit as much as we want. We'll try the begin combo this time. Now that lights the combo light here, you hit it, you get points. Now I'm going to show you the fully awake. You can hit any of the coffee targets. We are fully awake. 10 Krugerrands for hitting this target. 10 Krugerrands again. Opens up the gate for the jackpot. Combo jackpot right there. Now, glove flipper is activated by this light right here. See how this white light is lit? It says glove flipper. You make it into this hole, and using the left flipper, you will be able to shoot the ball with the flipper here. Watch, check it out. I'm going to try to hit the captive ball target from this flipper. Didn't do it. But it's only active for a short amount of time. You hit the left flipper, it's not doing anything now. It's only a timed feature. So, he's falling asleep again. We're going to go into nightmare number 4, which is multi-ball mode again. Shoot the moving jackpot. You can see it's right here now. Lost the one ball, but we did get the jackpot. Now the Freddy shots are flashing. You can see we built the power meter up. We can defeat Freddy again. Cool animation right there. I love that animation when you kill him. Alright, we got glove flipper again. Let's try that. Oh, almost had it. All you've got to do is shoot it from this from the glove flipper up to hit the captive target. Let's add some Krugerrands. That tells you your total Krugerrands down there at the bottom. We're at 70. Trade Krugerrands light is lit, so we go down there. Go down there. Trade Krugerrands is flashing for a short time. It's fun to shop with something. For 80 Krugerrands, you can buy this feature, Dream Warriors. We're going to start Dream Warriors the hard way. Dream Warriors multi-ball. 4-ball multi-ball. Hit the strobing shot, which is the Freddy boiler. 100 million points. Now it's flashing over here. Shoot that. Now it's calling for the upsetter. 100 million super jackpot. Captive ball. Now the left target. 100 million. And you can just keep it going and going. Alright, we got another jackpot here lit that I didn't get. 10 million. That's a cool animation too. I never even got this far, obviously, so I've never seen it. This is just as many times as you can hit it, you can get the super jackpot. Dream Warriors is lit over here because that's what we're in. That one's 10 million. 10 million. Alright, we'll get out of the Dream Warriors mode here. Alright. Let's add some more crew rings here. Now we're down to 5 because we traded most of them in. Let's say you want to keep playing, even though I have claw spelled, imagine I didn't, and I'd want to, you can only spell claw when you're awake. So you want to hit the coffee targets. See that? I don't know if you guys can see that light back there. Each time I hit it, now it's down 1. But if I hit it again, here, now it's up 1. There it's up again. Fully awake. Freddy's Bones Award. That also lets you hit the left target for the take that Freddy. Now we're in hidden mode. Shoot the boiler. Shoot the boiler. Basically, just shoot as many times as you can. And we'll get out of this mode. There's your TV activated. You gotta hit the center. This is actually a 2-part target. You can hit the outer shell of it, or you can hit the center bullseye. 20 million, 30 million, 50. Try to show you the claw here. Hopefully you guys got that. Does let you hit it a couple times, but once you hit it, it starts flashing. After a set amount of times, like a second or two, the light goes out. You can't use it anymore. Got the kickback here. Be patient, be patient. Got the kickback over here. I'll show you that. Saves the ball, which is nice. Now he's falling asleep. 10 million. You've also got the upper right flipper here. Lets you do a loop around his head. We're in nightmare number 5 now. You got the flashing Freddy shots. Hit drop targets and bumpers, it's saying. Now they're flashing, okay. The drop targets. And joins Nightmare, you can hit the multi-ball mode. Switch to send in another ball. Try the Freddy shots. You can defeat Freddy. Jackpots are active. Pop bumpers are still flashing. There you can see it's 1 shot. A million points. Great hit to the pop bumpers when they're flashing. Add another ball. That's pretty much it. Get rid of them. All right. Got the I'll show you the mystery award and the glove flipper again. Here's your mystery award. Fall asleep. So we're in nightmare number 6 now. Hit soul targets and jackpot. So you gotta hit these 4 soul targets. Jackpot. Jackpot's win right here. Alrighty, so we're getting ready to enter the final nightmare, which I have never gotten this far before. I think the highest I've ever gotten was 5. Try the glove flipper. Mystery reward, 10 million points. If you hit the door with the ball, if it's up, it opens it. And we are in final nightmare mode, which will be 4-ball, multi-ball. Dream Warriors. Jackpot over here. Combo. Hit all strobing shots. Final nightmare defeated. And of course you can keep running through the jackpots, just like normal. $50 million points. That's pretty much it, I believe. Lose that. I'm going to turn it off so I don't get my name in it. I believe I showed you everything that there is to show you about this game. We went through the modes, we went through the nightmares all the way up to the final nightmare. We showed the claw flipper save. We showed the claw flipper, the boiler door, we showed the head, how Freddy kicks the ball out of his mouth, the power meter, the sleep meter. Seen it all, so I think that's gonna bring a close to the end of this video. So guys, hopefully you enjoyed playing through Freddy Nightmare on Elm Street by Gottlieb. Hey guys, the purpose of this video is to listen to my dog chomping in the kitchen. You hear that? Bring you down. DMD with the speaker artwork. Oh. Oh. Easter egg. For anybody that made it this far. We will film this game being played. Well, not necessarily being played. Hey guys, what's going on? Headless Horseman here with another in-depth pinball video. Slash it apart. Claw our way through this manual. Hey guys, Headless Horseman for another in-depth page for the modes in the manual. I just farted, it really stinks. Whew!